Hey everyone, it's Armin from ArmensCraftRoom. Thanks for joining me today as we create an upcycled St. Patrick's Day card. We're going to use some Rustic Wilderness Distress ink with a thumb dauber. This material here that you're looking at, this netting, comes on Vitacost shipments around glass bottled vitamins. It helps protect them from breaking. This is the upcycled piece that we're using here. They add a lot of texture, and because of the honeycomb nature, you can also use it as a stencil and get some different types of height out of it as well. You could just glue it underneath your project as a way to lift it up instead of foam tape. That would work too. Still going through here, and then we'll add some brown ink as well. I think this one was the walnut stain. And I'm going over the same spot, kind of making a camo print on the top of that, on the top of the honeycombs. Checking periodically to make sure that the ink is going through the honeycomb onto the card base. Now I'm going to tear out the piece with the ink on it, and we're going to use that on the top for some added texture and depth. This is End of the Rainbow stamp set by Simon Says Stamp. It's got a really cute love you with a horseshoe and a 4-leaf clover in there, and I'm going to stamp that in Garden Green from Stampin' Up. This is on Gold Shimmer Cardstock from Michaels, and that gold shimmer will give it a little bit of a shine underneath the ink and around it. And I'm cleaning the stamp off directly onto this honeycomb material to help give it a little bit of extra ink. If you can clean your stamps off in a way that allows you to use the ink, it not only will make your cleaning pad or your microfiber cloth last longer between washings, but you'll also get more out of the ink as well. So I'm going to trim this down and get rid of some of the excess, and I want to keep a straight edge. But because I've torn so much of the packaging, I am going to tear the side edges of this so that it fits in. If it was clean cut, it just wouldn't look as good. Now that the edges are torn, I'm going to crinkle up the honeycomb material and tear it apart. I want to tear it instead of using scissors, just to give it more of a little bit of a distressed look. I'm not going to be too worried about the tear in there because we'll fix that later. And I'm going to add some foam tape. Foam tape will make it easier to stick to this material. This foam tape in particular is pretty sticky. And then I'm going to press the torn part underneath so it's attached, and then I'll add my tape runner over top of the pieces, and we'll plop it on the center of the card. I did try to tear it once it was on, and as you can see, it left a giant gap. So we'll have to adhere one of the broken pieces underneath it to kind of fill that in. And then I'll use the scissors to trim up the rest. Since with the honeycomb, when you tear it, it's very easy to tear like a lot of it. And so it's a little bit plain right now. I want to add a little bit more. So I'm going to bring in the Alta New Pigment Ink. And this is an antique gold. And I'm going to bring back the stamp set. They have these really cute 4-leaf clover and stars. And I'm going to stamp those around the background as well. This is not only going to fill in some of the white space, but it's also going to add a little bit of a shimmer because this is a metallic ink. If you're going to use metallic ink, you want to make sure that either you have a long time for it to dry, or that you coat it in clear embossing powder and emboss over the top of it. I personally prefer to just do these and set them aside for an extended period so that they can dry. Usually overnight will be enough. And I'm going to wipe off the stamp right away with the pigment inks because they can be really challenging to get off if you let them dry onto your stamps. So wipe it off really well. I did spray some Stampin' Mist from Stampin' Up on there, which is a stamp cleaner, to help pull it off. And I've noticed a little bit more, so that's why you see me dabbing at it. All right, so here we go. This is the exterior of the card. I am going to decorate the inside with some more of that netting. This netting doesn't have any ink on it, and I'm just trying to bring in some of the outside onto the interior, give it a little bit of interest. I did get a few scraps that had some ink from the front on there. You can see the little stars. And it's a pretty simple love you card, great for St. Patrick's Day or just because. And here you have it. Don't throw out all your stuff. You can upcycle. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and turn notifications on for future videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day.